Chosen one, pause. Not just with your body, but with your spirit. Let this moment become still around you. This is not just another hour in your day, not just another message passing through your screen. This is a divine interruption, a heavenly summons. You are not here by accident. What you are hearing now has been prepared from the beginning, from a place beyond time, beyond the veil of what is seen. It has come because heaven has determined that this is the moment, in your moment, to receive what has long been withheld, to awaken to what has long been stirring in the hidden places of your soul. You may feel the tremble within you already. That is not anxiety. That is recognition. The deep part of you that remembers eternity, that remembers the voice of the one who formed you, is beginning to respond. Heaven is not distant. It is pressing in, drawing near, breaking through. There is something sacred unfolding as you listen, something holy and beyond comprehension, yet meant for you, tailored for your heart, written into your story. You are being summoned not to information, but to transformation. This is not a general encouragement. This is a holy appointment, a moment where heaven and earth align over your life, where the veil is lifted and the voice of the Lord breaks through the noise to call you by name. Let every other thought fade. Let every distraction fall silent. You are standing on sacred ground, not because of where you are, but because of what is being revealed to you. The heavens have opened, and the message is clear. It is time. You are being called forth. You are being awakened. You are being prepared. Chosen one, there is a voice calling to you now, not from the world of the living, but from the realm of the eternal. It is the voice of your Father, the one who walked ahead of you into glory, the one whose absence left a silence in your days and a longing in your nights. But hear this, though, his body was laid to rest. His spirit has never stopped standing beside you. From the moment he stepped into the presence of God, his eyes have never left your path. He has watched you grow through pain, rise through sorrow, stumble under weight, and still press forward when everything in you wanted to surrender. He has seen it all, and now, by divine permission, he speaks. My child, he says, I have not been silent in my love for you. Though I could not embrace you with earthly arms, I have embraced you in prayer. I have stood in the unseen, interceding for your strength, pleading for your clarity, watching as you endured storms I never had the chance to shield you from. I saw you weep in secret, trying to be strong for others. I saw you question your worth, carry burdens that were never yours to bear. And I whispered to heaven, let them hear, let them know, let them be reminded of who they are. And now heaven has answered. There are things your Father has seen, things you have not yet perceived. Words spoken about you in rooms you were never allowed to enter. Smiles offered to your face that hid quiet betrayal. People you trusted, who harbored secret envy, who rejoiced silently when you stumbled. Your Father saw it all. He grieved for what you did not yet know. But now, in the mercy of God, the time has come for the curtain to be torn back. This is the season of revelation, not to destroy you, but to deliver you, not to harden your heart, but to sharpen your discernment. What has been hidden will now be brought into the light, for heaven will no longer allow the deception to linger around your life. As C.S. Lewis wrote in The Problem of Pain, God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. This truth illuminates the divine purpose behind the unveiling you are about to experience. The pain of betrayal and hidden envy witnessed by your Father is not meant to break you, but to awaken you. God is shouting through this season of revelation, using the exposure of truth to sharpen your discernment and deliver you from deception, aligning you with his higher purpose. Heaven has kept record and nothing is lost. Every tear you cried has been collected. Every prayer you whispered in the stillness of night has been written in the divine archives. And your Father has stood as witness, as guardian, as intercessor. Even when you felt alone, when the room felt empty, he was there in spirit, in love, in divine assignment. Now his voice comes not as memory, but as prophetic truth. He is not coming to remind you of the past. He is speaking to awaken your future. My child, he says again, you have carried so much alone, but you were never truly alone. Heaven has walked beside you every step. You are stronger than you believe, braver than you know, and chosen for more than you can comprehend. You must no longer doubt your place, no longer minimize your value, no longer question your calling. What is inside you was not placed there by man, it was entrusted to you by the Almighty. This message is not just comfort, it is command. Your Father is not merely reaching across realms to soothe you. He is urging you to awaken, to stand, to step into the mantle that has waited for you. This is no longer a season to survive. It is a season to rise. He has seen the shift in the spirit. He knows what is coming. And now, by the mercy of God, you are being told in advance. Prepare yourself for what is ahead will not only reveal who others truly are, it will reveal who you truly are. Chosen one, the time of hidden things is coming to an end. The hour of unveiling is upon you, not because you demanded answers, but because heaven has declared that truth must now be revealed. For too long you have walked with shadows around you. You have trusted hearts that were not pure, held hands that were never clean, and shared your sacred dreams with those who carried silent intentions of sabotage. But the mercy of the Lord is not blind, and his justice is never late. He has seen what you could not, and now he is lifting the veil. You must prepare yourself, for some of the faces you have called friend will soon be exposed as hindrances. Some of the voices that once affirmed you will fall silent, not by your choice, but by divine removal. And some of the people you once leaned on will be pulled away, not to harm you, but to protect what is sacred within you. You are not being punished. You are being preserved. What has been tolerable in past seasons can no longer remain. What once seemed harmless is now a threat to your destiny. Heaven will no longer allow what is false to walk beside what is chosen. This is the time of separation, not out of cruelty, but out of covenant. You are entering a space where clarity must rule, where deception cannot find sanctuary. Do not be surprised when the shift begins. Do not mourn when relationships end. You asked God to take you higher. Now he is clearing the altitude for your ascent. You asked to be used now. He is purifying the vessel. You asked to hear his voice now. He is removing the noise. C.S. Lewis in the screw tape letters warned, the safest road to hell is the gradual one, the gentle slope, soft underfoot, without sudden turnings, without milestones, without signposts. This insight speaks to the danger of tolerating subtle deceptions in your relationships. The hidden envy and silent sabotage you've endured are like that gentle slope leading you away from your destiny if left unchecked. The divine separation you now face is God's intervention, a sharp turning point to steer you back to the path of clarity and covenant, ensuring that only what is true accompanies you into your sacred future. The people around you will begin to reveal their true nature, not because they changed, but because the light of God now burns too brightly within you to allow shadows to hide. Your discernment will sharpen. Your spirit will stir with warning. The unease you feel around certain people is not paranoia, it is protection. The silence of some will speak louder than their words. The sudden distance will not be accidental, it will be holy. Chosen one, this will hurt, but it will also heal. This will shake you, but it will also set you free. You cannot carry dead weight into a divine future. You cannot walk into a sacred season while tethered to spirits of manipulation, jealousy, and falsehood. Heaven is cutting the cords. You may feel the tearing, but you will also feel the release. You may not understand it in the moment, but soon you will see that what is being removed was never meant to last. Do not resist the pruning. Do not reach back for what God is removing. Do not try to revive what heaven is allowing to die. Some connections are seasonal. Some voices were only meant to echo for a moment. Let them go. What is coming is greater than what is leaving. What is being born in you cannot coexist with what has tried to bury you. This is the time of unveiling, and the first thing being revealed is you, chosen one. Something is moving around you, something invisible to the natural eye but undeniable to the spirit. The atmosphere has changed. The weight in the air, the tension in your soul, the stirring you feel when the world is quiet, these are not coincidences. They are confirmations. You are walking through a shift, not only in your surroundings, but in the realm of the spirit. What once felt familiar will soon feel foreign. What once seemed secure will begin to shake. And yet in all this, you are not losing control. You are being brought into divine alignment. Do not mistake discomfort for danger. Do not misread confusion as chaos. What you are sensing is heaven reordering your steps. The scenery may shift. The rhythm of your life may change. But behind it all is the sovereign hand of God. He is moving pieces, exposing lies, displacing wrong foundations and laying new ones. He is making space not just for breakthrough, but for transformation. You ask for more. Now he is making room for it. This is why people are falling away. This is why opportunities are vanishing without explanation. This is why some days feel like wilderness and silence is louder than sound. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. The wilderness was never meant to destroy you. It was always meant to refine you. In this silence, God is speaking more clearly than ever before. In this seeming pause, he is accelerating you in ways your mind cannot yet comprehend. The spiritual shift is not gentle, it is surgical. It cuts away what you no longer need. It breaks attachments you did not realize were draining your spirit. It confronts your comfort zones and calls you into unfamiliar faith. You may find yourself weeping without understanding why. You may sense heaviness in your chest, restlessness in your thoughts. These are signs that your soul is no longer content with where it has been. You are outgrowing old patterns. Because God is preparing you for a new realm, chosen one, you are being elevated. Not for applause, not for popularity, but for assignment. You are being called into deeper waters. The surface will no longer satisfy. You were not born for shallow places. You were designed for depths, for revelation, for warfare, for authority. This is why the pressure has increased. This is why your discernment has sharpened. You are not imagining it. Heaven is heightening your awareness because your calling requires it. You must now see beyond what is visible, hear beyond what is said, and move beyond what is comfortable. Do not retreat. Do not shrink. Do not long for what was. The shift has already begun, and the only way forward is through. The Lord is not asking you to understand everything. He is asking you to trust him through everything. For in this divine rearrangement, you are not being abandoned, you are being positioned. And when it is complete, you will look around and realize nothing was lost. Everything was realigned. Chosen one. There is a weight you are carrying that was never meant to remain with you. There are people, patterns, and pieces of your past that were only assigned to the previous season, not the one you are now entering. And though your heart may still be tethered by memory, God is calling you to release. You must let go of what cannot follow you. For where he is taking you, not everything and not everyone is permitted to enter. C.S. Lewis, in letters to Malcolm chiefly on prayer, wrote, "We may ignore, but we can nowhere evade the presence of God. The world is crowded with him. He walks everywhere incognito." This profound truth underscores the necessity of releasing what no longer aligns with your divine path. The people and patterns you cling to may obscure God's presence, which is ever near, waiting to guide you into your new season. By letting go, you clear the space to encounter God's incognito guidance, ensuring that your journey forward is led by his sovereign hand, not hindered by remnants of the past. This is not rejection. This is redirection. It is the mercy of God removing what would eventually sabotage your elevation. Some of what you're losing is actually saving you. Some of who is leaving is making space for what heaven is sending. And if you keep trying to revive what God has declared finished, you will only prolong your own delay. This is a holy parting, not born out of bitterness, but out of blessing. The Lord is cutting ties not to punish you, but to protect what He is birthing in you. There are voices that once guided you that now must be silenced, not because they are evil, but because they no longer carry the sound of your future. There are places you once thrived in that now drain your spirit, and though it feels unfamiliar, even painful, it is necessary. You must not hold on to what heaven is pruning. You must not cry for doors that God Himself has shut. If you cling to what is dying, you will miss what is being resurrected. Chosen one, release it. Release the need to be understood. Release the urge to explain yourself to those who were never meant to comprehend your calling. Release the fear of walking alone, for you are never truly alone. God is walking ahead of you. He has gone before you into every room, every conversation, every battlefield. He knows what you will face, and He is already preparing the provision, the strength, the wisdom, and the allies you will need when you get there. You must understand, not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some people were scaffolding, not structure. They were there to support a phase. But now the phase is over. And if you insist on keeping them, you risk compromising the foundation of what God is now building. Let them go in peace. Bless them, release them, and move forward with a clear heart. God is not just calling you to a higher place. He is calling you to a purer place. And that requires your hands to be empty of what no longer belongs. The future God has for you is too weighty for divided loyalty, too sacred for compromised environments, too powerful for diluted identity. You cannot walk in fullness while clinging to fragments. The Lord is whispering even now in the depths of your spirit, "Loosen your grip, my child. What I have for you is greater than what you are afraid to lose. Trust Him, release, and make room." Chosen one. The voice of the Lord is calling, not with noise, not with clamor, but with clarity that cuts through confusion and awakens something ancient in your soul. This is not a suggestion. This is a summons. The time of dwelling among what is shallow has ended. The hour of tolerating what is false has passed. Heaven is no longer waiting for your comfort. It is issuing a call to your consecration. You are being called higher. This call is not to perfection but to purification, not to performance but to presence. It is not about striving, it is about surrendering. For too long you have measured your worth by the expectations of those who never carried the Spirit. You have allowed their opinions to shape your obedience, their praise to influence your pace. But the Lord is silencing those external voices now so that His voice can rise above all others within you. He is calling you into the secret place again, not just for refuge, but for revelation. Not just for comfort, but for commissioning. There is a new depth being carved in your spirit, and it cannot be filled with surface-level faith. The old language won't carry you. The old routines won't sustain you. God is not calling you to blend in. He is setting you apart. The oil upon your life is not ordinary. The anointing you carry was never meant to be common. This is why you've been uncomfortable in rooms where others seemed at ease. This is why your spirit has resisted relationships that once felt familiar. You were never meant to stay where others settle. You were born to ascend. But with the climb comes the cost. Not everyone will understand your separation. Not everyone will celebrate your consecration. You may be misunderstood, misjudged, even mocked. But heaven will recognize you. The angels will be assigned to you, and the Father will walk with you. For what you are walking into is not man-made. It is kingdom-born, and it requires a holy posture, a heart willing to let go of the temporary for the sake of the eternal. Chosen one, the Lord sees what you are wrestling with. He knows the weight of obedience. He understands the ache of letting go, the trembling that comes with trust. But still, He is calling. He is saying to you now, "Come up higher. Let me show you what you could not see below. Let me whisper what the crowds drowned out. Let me restore what religion drained from you." This is not about a platform. This is about presence. This is not about being known by men, it is about being fully found in Him. There is a fire beginning to rise in your spirit. Again, not an emotional flicker, but a holy flame. Do not resist it. Do not suppress it. Fan it. Feed it. Follow it. For this fire is not from you, it is from the altar of God lit by His own breath. It will lead you into rooms you did not ask for. It will unlock doors you thought were sealed. It will confirm your calling in ways no human affirmation ever could. And through it you will remember who you are, not what the world labeled you, but who God has always known you to be. Chosen one. The mountain is steep, but the voice at the summit is worth the climb. Let your soul rise. Let your heart yield. For the Lord your God is calling you not just forward, but upward. Chosen one, breathe deeply because everything is about to shift. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The moment your soul has sensed, even when your mind could not name it. The reason your spirit has been restless. The explanation for why you could no longer stay where you once found comfort. Heaven has been preparing this hour in silence, waiting for your readiness, waiting for the divine alignment of time, heart, and purpose. And now, the gates have opened. You have been walking in a fog of questions, wondering why certain doors closed, why relationships fractured without cause, why your efforts seemed to meet resistance on every side. But what you thought was denial was actually divine delay. What you saw as rejection was protection. What felt like emptiness was sacred preparation. The silence you mistook for abandonment was actually the voice of heaven pausing the world around you so that you could hear the sound of destiny awakening inside you. This moment is not light, it is weighty. It carries the echo of eternity. It carries the yes of God. The yes that will break every no spoken against your name. The yes that will override every label that tried to define you. The yes that is not based on merit but on mercy. This is not about your performance. It is about His promise. And now the promise is taking form. It is unfolding not in flashes, but in the still, steady confirmation of the Spirit that whispers, "You were made for this." You may feel the trembling in your chest. That is not fear. That is heaven pressing through the veil. You may feel tears without understanding why. That is your soul recognizing the nearness of glory. For when destiny draws close, something eternal stirs inside you. This moment has always been written into your story. Long before you knew what to pray for, God had already scripted this hour into the blueprint of your becoming. Chosen one, do not back away. Do not second guess. Do not delay your response. You have waited for this. You have suffered for this. You have sacrificed in silence for this. And now the reward is beginning, not just in blessing, but in clarity, in purpose, in alignment. You will begin to see why certain things had to break, why certain people had to leave, why your heart had to be stretched. It was all leading here. And though you may not yet understand the full picture, the Lord is declaring to you now, this is the appointed time. This is the reason you were preserved. This is the unveiling of the deeper calling. The past does not define you. The wounds do not disqualify you. The delays did not destroy you. You are still here because heaven still has something to say through your life. And what is coming will not just answer your prayers, it will exceed them. Prepare yourself, chosen one. This is not the end. This is the entrance. This is the hour where the shadows flee and the light of your calling shines forth, no longer hidden, no longer delayed, no longer denied. Chosen one, heaven has spoken your name, not whispered it, not questioned it, but declared it with the authority of the one who formed you. Your name has passed across the lips of the Almighty. Your identity sealed in glory has been acknowledged in the courts of heaven. While the world debated your worthwhile, people questioned your potential. While even you doubted your place, God never once hesitated. He called you by name. And when heaven names you, no earthly label can overwrite it. This is why the enemy has fought you so relentlessly, not because of who you were, but because of who you are becoming. Hell heard your name echo through eternity and trembled. Demons recognized the weight you carry even before you understood it yourself. That is why you have been targeted, misunderstood, isolated, and attacked. But even in the middle of the fire, you were never alone. The flames were fierce, but the presence of God was fiercer. You were preserved not just to survive, but to emerge with revelation. You are not invisible to the heavens. You are not forgotten by the divine. Your name has been written into divine assignments. You have been marked with favor that cannot be earned, and grace that cannot be explained. The angels have been dispatched on your behalf. The throne has heard your cries. And now the God of all creation is saying, enough delay, enough confusion. It is time for my child to rise. Heaven does not call you by your failure. It does not remember you by your worst day. It does not identify you by your weakness. It calls you by the name given in secret places, the name tied to your purpose, the name known before the foundations of the earth were laid. And that name is echoing now, not only in the spirit, but in the world around you. The earth is about to respond to the identity heaven has always known, chosen one. You are not just someone moving through life. You are a vessel of divine intent. You are here on assignment. The weight you feel is not just pressure, it is spiritual responsibility. The dreams that haunt you are not fantasies, they are glimpses of your true calling. And now that calling is being activated, the shift you felt is not coincidence. It is heaven announcing that your hidden season is ending. You are being unveiled. There is a reason doors are about to open. There is a reason strange favor will begin to follow you. It is because your name has been cleared in the heavenlies. Your purpose has been affirmed. The accusations of darkness have been overruled. You have been tried by fire and found faithful. And now the King of Kings has spoken. My chosen one is ready. So walk forward, not with arrogance, but with holy confidence. Not with fear, but with full assurance that what has begun in you was written by the hand of God and sealed with the breath of His Spirit. Your name is known in heaven. That is enough. Chosen one. The hour is no longer approaching, it is here. This is not preparation for someday. This is not a word for the distant future. This is the moment heaven has counted down to the intersection between who you were and who you were always meant to be. And now the Spirit of the Lord stands before you and speaks plainly, rise now. You have been hidden for a reason, preserved in silence for a purpose. You were not forgotten. You were being forged. You were not overlooked. You were being refined. And now, the voice that calls stars into place, the voice that silences storms, is calling your soul to attention. No more delay, no more hesitation. Heaven is issuing a holy summons, and it has your name engraved in fire. Rise now, not because you are ready by your own strength, but because God has made you ready through the crushing, the pressing, the tears, and the waiting. Rise not to please people, not to impress crowds, but to fulfill heaven's command. This is not about your comfort. It is about your covenant. You were not chosen to be safe. You were chosen to be surrendered. You were not born for applause. You were born for impact. There is something on your life that must now be revealed. You will no longer fit in places that once embraced you because you carry a presence too weighty for shallow spaces. You will no longer walk unnoticed because the oil upon your life has begun to pour, and oil cannot be hidden. God is raising you, not to elevate your image, but to expand His kingdom. And with that rising comes responsibility. You must now speak with clarity, move with boldness, choose with wisdom, love with authority, live with intention. The time for silence has ended. The time for smallness has expired. The voice of destiny is louder than the voice of fear. The power that raised Christ from the grave is alive in you, and it is not dormant. It is not passive. It is not waiting. It is roaring within you, shaking the foundations of who you thought you were, and calling forth the truth of who God knows you to be. You are not weak. You are not late. You are not lost. You are rising by divine decree. Chosen one, your posture must change. Stand up in the Spirit. Lift your head. Straighten your back. Take off the garments of grief and wear the mantle of glory. You were not made for ashes. You were made for crowns. You were not made to wander. You were appointed to lead. You were not made to merely endure. You were anointed to overcome. The heavens are declaring it. The earth is shifting in response. Rise now. Chosen one, let every voice fall silent now. Let every doubt be dismissed. Let every fear be laid to rest. For the final word has come not from man, not from memory, but from the mouth of the Most High. This is the voice that shaped creation, that thundered at Sinai, that whispered in Gethsemane, and now speaks to you with a fierce, unwavering love. You are mine. You are not what they called you. You are not the sum of your pain. You are not the labels of your past. You are not the moments you broke down or the hours you almost gave up. You are not disqualified by what you lost or by who walked away. You are chosen. You are seen. You are sealed. And every step you've taken, whether crawling or climbing, has led you to this divine turning point. The heavens are not guessing about your worth. They have confirmed it. Your Father in heaven, the one who knit you together in the hidden places of eternity, now wraps his declaration around your destiny like a robe of royalty. This one is mine. This one has been tested. This one has been broken and rebuilt by my own hand. This one carries my fire. This one carries my name. There is no power in hell, no weapon of man, no memory of shame that can revoke what heaven has released. The time of wandering is over. The season of questioning has expired. Now begins the walk of certainty, the walk of authority. You will tread upon what once trampled you. You will speak to what once silenced you. You will build in the places where others only buried. For what is upon your life is not ambition, it is anointing. Chosen one, when the battle comes, and it will remember this moment. When the voices of discouragement rise, and they will remember this voice. When everything in you feels shaken, remember that you stand on the rock that cannot be moved. You do not belong to fear. You do not belong to the past. You belong to the one who holds all time and eternity in his hands. You are a vessel of fire, a carrier of glory, a living decree of victory written in the language of heaven. So now rise in full assurance. Walk with your head lifted, not in pride, but in promise. Speak with a voice rooted in truth, not arrogance, but alignment. Live every day, knowing that you were not just created, you were called, not just redeemed, you were commissioned, not just seen, you were sent.